I slid the document across her kitchen island, my fingers steady in a way that unnerved even me. Across from me, my sister, Claire, gripped her coffee mug like it was the only thing keeping her upright. Her lipstick was cracked. Her hair, usually perfect, hung limp around her face. Foreclosure notices were piled on the counter like unpaid sins. "Beth," she whispered, voice trembling, "you're scaring me. Why do I need to sign anything just to borrow money?" The pen rolled toward her. Outside, the wind rattled the shutters like impatient knuckles. Inside, I felt the stillness of a moment I had rehearsed in my mind for years. I watched her eyes skim the page. Every blink a denial. Every swallow a quiet confession. She didn't yet understand what she was holding, but she would. "I thought family helps each other," she said, forcing a smile that collapsed halfway up her cheeks. "Don't you remember that?" Oh, I remembered, and I leaned in, voice calm, heartbeat silent, and said, "Sign it, then we'll talk." She stared at me like she was seeing a ghost. She was. There was a time I would have jumped at her slightest distress. A time when I believed that if I worked hard enough, loved hard enough, they'd finally see me, finally treat me like something more than the spare tire of the family. But the night that changed everything wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, chillingly so. I had just lost my job, my apartment, my savings. I called my family because that's what people do when they're falling. Mom said she'd pray for me. Dad said it builds character. Claire? She laughed. Not cruelly, not overtly, just that breathy, dismissive laugh she did when something wasn't her problem. "Beth, you're always so dramatic," she'd said. "I'm busy. I'll call you next week." She never called. I slept in my car that night. December frost creeping up the windows like veins. My fingers numb. My stomach hollow. My dignity thinner than the blanket wrapped around me. The next morning, I watched my sister post photos from a ski resort, champagne in hand, captioned, "Family first, always." I learned something in my cold car. Love without reciprocity is just self-inflicted harm. I stopped calling after that, stopped asking, stopped needing. Something inside me froze and stayed that way. Years passed. I rebuilt, quietly, piece by piece. A better job, a safer apartment, a small emergency fund. I didn't flaunt it, didn't announce it. Silence is safer than hope. Then 3 weeks ago, Claire's name lit up my phone. I almost didn't answer. But curiosity is a dangerous impulse. "Beth," she gasped immediately, "thank God. I need you. I need $30,000. My house, it's just please, please, I'm desperate." Her voice cracked into pieces. My first instinct was pity. My second was memory. And my third was calculation. Because I heard something in her voice I had never heard before. Fear. Real, raw fear. I didn't give her an answer that day, but I started planning one. Preparation tastes sweeter when savored slowly. I researched her mortgage, her equity, the liens she never told anyone about, her spending habits, her side businesses, her unreported hobbies, and I learned something delicious. She wasn't just careless, she was drowning. And she'd hidden it behind filters, vacations, and inspirational quotes. She didn't need a loan. She needed a lifeline only I could throw. The question was, what was it worth to her? I drafted the document myself. Every line legal. Every clause airtight. Every implication hidden beneath polite, neutral language. A simple agreement. Nothing dramatic. Just the transfer of one asset to me, something she valued far less than the house. A parcel of land she inherited from our grandmother. The land she never used. The land she mocked me for loving. "Who wants that useless acreage?" she once said. I did. Quietly, deeply, for years. I just never showed it. Now, at her kitchen island, she tried to maintain control. Her hands shook. Her smile cracked. "You can't be serious," she whispered, holding the contract like it might burn her. "I am," I replied. "You want Grandma's land? Why?" I didn't answer. Silence is more powerful than explanation. "You're punishing me," she said, voice rising. "Over what? Old stuff? You're really doing this now?" I tilted my head, studying her with the same curiosity one uses on a stranger. "You asked for help. This is my condition." She slammed her palm on the counter. "God, Beth, stop being so dramatic." That word. The same one she used the night I slept in my car. I felt nothing, only clarity. She grabbed the document again, reading more frantically. "You'll wire the $30,000 immediately upon signature," she muttered aloud. "Yes." "And you're not asking for repayment." "No." "So, why does this feel wrong?" "Because you finally have something to lose," I thought. Then came the moment I had waited for. Her voice dropped. "This is permanent, isn't it?" "It is." Her face broke. But she signed. Not because she trusted me, not because she believed in fairness, but because desperation rewrites pride faster than any tragedy. She slid the paper back to me. "What now?" she whispered. "Now," I said, folding it carefully, "I help you." And I did. I wired the money that afternoon. 2 days later, I filed the deed transfer. Legally, cleanly, quietly. By the time she realized the land was worth triple her house because of the new development planned nearby, the ink had long dried. Her messages came in waves. "You tricked me! You stole from me! You're evil! You knew!" I replied to only one. "You asked for help. I helped." Weeks have passed. Her house is safe. My land, our grandmother's land, is finally mine. Sometimes revenge isn't fire, it's ice. Slow, controlled, precise. I don't hate her. Hatred is loud, and I prefer silence. But I remember everything. And sometimes remembering is enough to sharpen a woman into steel. Family can be many things: a blessing, a burden, a battlefield. I simply chose to stop losing. And as I stand on my land now, wind brushing over the untouched grass, I feel something I haven't felt in years. Peace. Cold, clean peace. The kind that lasts.